Hello there, and welcome to this edition of Thought for the Week. When we're on tour in Israel, we take the people through the Judean wilderness and down to Jericho before we transfer from the south up the Jordan Valley to Galilee. But on occasion, when we're in the wilderness, we have taken our groups to look down into the Kidron Valley. The Kidron Valley is a wadi, that is a dried up riverbed, for most of the year, but sometimes when there's been heavy rain in Jerusalem, it's a torrent of water pouring down through the steep sides of the canyon until those waters reach the escarpment above the Dead Sea, and then they plunge down and end up in the Dead Sea itself. An impressive, terrifying sight. But that wadi, what is called the Wadi Kelt, is so deep that parts of it never see the light. They never see the light of the sun. And from time immemorial, that valley has been known as the Valley of the Shadow. Very interesting, because in Psalm 23, David uses that phrase. I'm sure you're familiar with the psalm. This is what it says. Even though I walk through the valley, well, this version says the shadow of death. But actually the Hebrew doesn't say that. It says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of deep darkness, I will not be afraid, for you're with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And so David is describing a very surprising situation. What he's suggesting is that the shepherd takes the sheep through deep, dark gullies. Now that's dangerous stuff, because a place like the Wadi Kelt has got such steep sides. They're precipitous and they're rock. So easy for a sheep to rub its shoulders against these rocks and tear itself, or to stumble in the rocks in the bottom of the wadi. Not the kind of place you'd expect a shepherd to take his sheep. But that's what David did, at any rate, when he was inspired to write the psalm. That's an experience that he drew on. Because never forget, David had been a shepherd, serving his father Jesse all those years before. He knew what it meant to look after sheep, and from time to time he had to take them through deep, dark gullies. Dangerous stuff. But why would he do that? Well, as far as I can tell, there's only one reason. That is, to take sheep from one pasture to a better one. Why else would he want to risk all by taking them through such a dangerous place? But that's encouraging for us, isn't it? When we consider that the psalm is actually all about the way God treats his sheep, i.e. his people. Sometimes he does take us through dark places. Maybe you're going through one such place now. A real experience which is testing you in all kinds of ways. But be encouraged. What David is insisting on is this: the Lord is with us. He actually specifies and says his rod and his staff are with him. His rod was his cudgel to protect the sheep from harm in that dark place. His staff was to tap out the way, tapping on the side of the gully to reassure the sheep that the shepherd was there. Oh, isn't that suggestive? Isn't it good to know that we're the Lord's sheep, the Lord's people, and that he supremely is our shepherd? Hallelujah. Well, the Lord bless you. Bye-bye for now.